welcome to the next edition of Flagship Podcast. And I have a special guest here with me, Glenda Watkins. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
So Glenda's here with us because she is one of our finalists for our pitch event coming up on February 20th at 6 p.m. I want to encourage those of you in the community to come out and see that night. It's a great time to be able to hear what people are doing in business in Madison County. And so Glenda has a business called PDB Jockey. Mm-hmm. And can you tell us a little bit about your business?
Well, PDB Jockey, I've been doing this over 17 years, but I started in Anderson in 2017. Okay. And I was the only young lady out, only person really doing it here. And that's where I got the name, the Pallet Queen. And what I do is I recycle 48 by 40s wooden pallets, and I take them to the broker, and I recycle them, take them to the broker, back to the brokers in Indianapolis. And I hit all the surrounding areas like the small building business, nurseries, industrial parks, and now I'm branched off to auto dealerships where I pick up their customized pallets and removal for disposal.
Okay, so this is something that has been going around for a long time, obviously, because pallets is part of the shipping industry.
Yes, it's been going on for a while, but like I said, I started in Ohio.
Okay,
but when I moved out here in Anderson, I noticed no one was doing it, and that was in 2017.
So what's a business do that if they don't have anybody that's taken those? What do they do?
It becomes an eyesore around the business because they just assume after a while they accumulate. Then you got animals, you got rats and squirrels making nests, and so they really become a problem for the business. But they cost so much to get rid of. For a small business, okay, because they don't have enough. Because most people who come and they get them in bulk, like a big semi truck. So a small company don't.
A large warehouse distributor, they'll come because of the quality, volume. Sure,
Right. So I just noticed there was a niche to the small business people that don't have semi truck for disposal. Mm-hmm. So I started $600 a load. My flatbed is 36-inch, and I just did one in Carmel, and hopefully my business will pick up there. I'm quite sure it will because I'm catering right now to all the dealerships that having that problem.
Okay, so you have a route. Yes, and so how many businesses are you picking up pallets from?
We're currently right now, I have over 25 businesses that I pick up in Anderson alone. Okay. And I have 2 companies in Delville, and matter of fact, January 2025 was one of my phase 2 goal was to get a buyer. In other words, someone that's because my business consists of 2. One I pick up for free. Okay. Those are the 48 40 because I take those to the broker, so I get paid for taking those there. And then all the dealership, I charge them to pick up because they are custom made pallets. So they have engines and stuff coming in, like 8-foot pallets, where people's not going to pick those up. Okay. And so I charge them to pick those up with my flatbed.
Okay. So when you're going about your route for a week, is it once a week you're picking up at these businesses or multiple times?
Multiple times, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. Like I'm going to use Anderson. Well, Anderson is my main route. Scatterfield alone, I pick up 400 pallets just on the right side of Scatterfield.
In a day?
In a week.
In a week. Okay, so about over 100 a day.
A day, yeah.
Okay, and then you're taking them to is a distribution in Indianapolis?
Yes.
Okay, so you're taking them there, and then they're paying you for those. So you said you did it in Ohio too?
Yes.
Before you moved over here?
Yes.
Okay, but then when you moved in this area, you noticed there wasn't really anybody doing it.
No, and then not even that, nobody doing it, but they're eyesore. You can't help but see them because after some, they just start stacking, then they turn. And so I was like, there's a niche here. And I just decided to take the plunge, and I'm just taking it to a different level.
Yeah.
Because I ain't gonna lie, the first time when I was doing it, I was just doing it like all the other guys in pickup trucks you see running around here picking up, just cashing them into the broker. But then I also said, you know what, I'm gonna take it to it's a different level because it's so scalable. And once I sit down and did my research and saw the scalability of it and the avenues of different ways that you can grow with this company, all you need is the right building, the right tools, and the people who's gonna help you work it, and it's just scalable.
So Glenda, you also got a bankable loan, right?
Yes.
And so Bankable works with Flagship to help small business owners be able to get loans. Tell us about how helpful that's been for you.
Oh my God, it's infinity helpful. If it wouldn't be for Bankable giving me this start, this new beginning, I wouldn't be sitting here because I was able to. Once I got my the right tools, in less than 3 weeks, I had over 20-something contracts. This is how bad it's needed. But for Bankable to believe in me and to be justly friendly is more than it touches. It's just I don't have the words for it because and I'm quite sure people know what justly friendly means. So that for me to be able to reach out and come home and still be treated as if I was the same person, not one day, but every day, every time I call here. Bankable is understandable. Matter of fact, Friday, I made a call and I was like, I'm gonna be late. Not even before I can put the phone down, I got a text back. Don't worry, boom, boom, boom. We got you. How many more days you need? And you don't get that in the conventional banks. They'd be like, and so Bankable has really changed. Yes, has changed. They have changed my life, and I recommend them to anyone. I brag about Bankable all the time. So I even wear the socks.
Those are fun. I have a pair. I don't have them on right now, but I have a pair. Yeah. The blue colored stripes, the different. Yeah. So, so for people that don't know, Bankable is a micro lender that helps to be able to loan to people that wouldn't be able to get a traditional loan at a bank. So just significant in helping small business owners many times that don't have either the financials or they don't have the collateral or maybe the credit, but they do have a vision. And now you are a visionary.
Yes.
Where's that come from? And what kind of was the motivation for you to actually start a business to do this?
I gotta be honest, my mother, she used to always tell my brother and I that ideas don't work unless you do. And my Uncle Popcorn used to say, take N, which is no, N-O, and turn around. He said, anytime somebody tell you no, he said, you flip that. He used to say what that means. I say on. He said, it's on and popping. So that means,
That's awesome.
And my Uncle Bud used to say, a full dog don't hunt. And so with all those three sayings dear to my heart, that's what keeps me going. And that's where my business vision, every time I saw the niche, I saw the need. Even though I'm 60, I'm not 60.
You're young at heart.
I'm young at heart.
Oh yeah.
And with the type of upbringing that I had, I'm ready. I got all what I need to make it happen. And with God, like I said, in keeping God first, I mean, man, every time a door is shut, two open up, and like I said, I don't know if it's because when I say Bankable, people just stand up like, oh my God, Bankable. I'm like, yeah, Bankable. Yeah, sure. So, but it does, and everybody, I get treated differently, and the vision. When I say you guys make me feel like I can do. When I do feel like I can't do it, I know I can because I got Bankable behind me. You know what I'm saying? I when the CEO told me that I was family, when Mr. Truly told me I was family, I knew he meant it. And ever since then, I have never seen nothing else but getting treated like family.
And you know, for entrepreneurs, it's hard, and you know, we think different than everybody else, and willing to take risks that other people don't, and sleepless nights. And there's, you know, it's just some people are wired like that, but it can be lonely.
Yes.
And to have people in your corner that believe in you is a huge piece of the success factor.
It is.
Now, part of what comes with Bankable is coaching also. So there's a grant that Bankable receives to be able to provide some coaching for those that get Bankable loans. How has the coaching made a difference?
Man, my coach, hey, what can I say? I have one of the best coaches. God sent me here, you know, I think I told him, God sent me a godly coach. You can't get no better than that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And because I'm still growing in my, you know, godly spiritly, and like I said, God sent me a godly coach, and to me, he's the man. He's just the man. You are great, and you make me feel comfortable. But you talk me through it. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I was just telling the young lady in there, that I went through a moment where this business is so scalable that I was like, it was a smorgasbord. Like, I'm gonna do this. I want to help everybody. And he's like, calm down, come back to the light. You know, you just like come back, because remember I went through that stage.
I remember that.
Like, yeah. Just calm down. You can't help everybody. I know you want to try to pay back everybody who helped you, but let's bring it back down. You know, because I went through a $15,000 building. Like, no, you still in the garage. You know, but you helped me. You did. You made me come back to the light, because I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think it was like after the smorgasbord, and I sat down and I was like, okay, I know this can become, because I know it's so scalable, but still I have to take the steps.
Yeah.
And that's where your coaching came in, you know, because if I was in the wrong hands, I would have overdid it.
Sure.
But like I said, God gave me a godly man and put you in front of me. And then after that, you said, go to church and pray. Yeah, you get it right. And I did.
So it's been great coaching you. And for Bankable, we have a partnership with Flagship to provide coaching. And I'm one of the coaches, and ended up getting Glenda to be one of the business owners that I coached. And I've always loved your passion and your vision. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, because I identify with this, we're afraid to listen to other people because we feel like it's going to shrink us or it's going to hold us back. And I remember being like that sometimes at different stages of my entrepreneurial journey. But when you get other entrepreneurs that believe in you and can coach you, it's about channeling it. It's about taking healthy steps. It's about making sure there's margin so that you are able to handle next big, steps that you're taking. And so after you had this big vision of, oh man, I'm going to get this huge building. And when we talked it through and realized, wait, if I can just get a little space, I can 4X what I'm doing within the next probably 6 months.
Right.
And then I'll be in a much better position to not just be grinding and be able to, manage those steps.
Right.
So you applied for the pitch.
Yes.
And I was not in this role when you applied. I was just coaching.
Right.
And I had not taken a position with Flagship yet to help with the incubation, and didn't know I was going to be over the pitch event. And so I remember you telling me that you were applying, hoping you were going to, get in there. And I wasn't even involved in the process. I didn't even really know about the pitch at the time.
Right. You told me that.
And so then I come in and I find out that there's these, I think we're good. Okay. I find out we had 36 businesses apply.
Oh, wow.
In Madison County. And the team ended up selecting 7 finalists, and you were one of the 7 that was selected. And then I come in, and I get to be the first person to tell you, guess what, Glenda? You're going to be in the pitch, which was just crazy.
I was outdone. I was like, wow. And I had to praise him. And I was like, man. And it was so funny because I was, Brittany and I was at a net event at Impact G. And I said, Brittany, you think they'll pick somebody like me? Because I just started. My business ain't like, big like the other people. And my I'm in a different field. I don't think I don't think you ever even had anyone do this field that I'm in, manufacturing and pallets. And so she was like, sure. And I was like, okay. And went home and looked up. I was like, oh my God. I was outdone. It made me cry. It made me cry. It did. I ain't gonna lie. I started crying to myself. And I was scared to tell somebody. I ain't gonna tell the story. I was laying in the bed like, now who do I share this with? So, and I was scared. I was like, maybe I'm reading it wrong. But I slept with the phone the whole night, and I kept waking up reading it. Like, okay, because I know sometimes I can read things, like maybe I'm reading this wrong. So, the next day, I finally told somebody. I told the girls in the devotion, and I was like, yeah. I was like, can you read this? Make sure this right, because I don't want to be looking like a fool. And they was like, yeah, you in the pitch. So that was a blessing. Yeah.
So a part of the pitch idea is to help businesses be able to take their next step. And so 7 businesses are going to be competing for a grand prize of $25,000 package. And so if you were to win, what would you do with it, and where would it take you as a business?
First thing I would do, I would go to the Rise location, and I would pay up for 4 months. For 4 months, my quarter. And the reason why I would go to that location is because they have a pallet, forklift, and they have an environment similar to this, but it's just set up for small business. And
so it has warehouse space for you to be able to take the pallets too?
Yeah. I can take my pallets there, rebuild them, and I can use the electric, and we got one set fee. Mm-hmm. And they located in Annapolis and Hamilton. I think it's Madison, Hamilton County. Okay. Yeah, Hamilton. And I went there and I just saw, I was like, this is perfect. This is perfect because I have one set fee. And it's a year lease, but he also said that if I go there, he told me that once I go there, if I grow bigger, I can move to a bigger spot in that location. But the lease is, you just roll the lease over. Okay. You don't have 2 leases. So I think that'll work well for me.
So what would that do as far as, like, help us understand right now with what you do for pallets versus...
It would double my, like, right now I'm just picking up.
Okay.
I'm just picking up as is.
And then you're just taking it...
I'm just taking it to the broker.
And they're like $1 a pallet?
Yes.
Okay.
So if I take them inside...
Yep.
And I can rebuild them and fix them...
Yep.
That's when the revenue goes up to like $5 a piece.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, I have 100% turnover, 300%, I think. But and then I can take the ones that I do want, and I can build my tiny homes in there, because the custom made ones are usually the big enough I can use for foundation or walls for my future goal to build tiny homes for the homeless.
You have such an awesome heart. When you first told me about that, the tiny homes. Yeah.
that's what I'm using the byproduct for. Because it's everything. There's no waste with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no waste from doghouse to tiny homes to chicken coops.
Mm-hmm.
I have an order right now for a chicken coop. I just don't have anywhere to build it yet.
Mm. So yeah, when you started talking about that, and of course I know you get really excited about, and that's when the whole, let's go get this big space, and it was like, well, let's get profitable first, and let's repeat, let's get to a place where then you've got some margin to where then you can move into the tiny homes and the give back kind of piece of what you want to do, and I love your heart in that. Well, that's exciting what, that could do. And I'm so excited to hear you present your pitch and just with that. And now we also provide a coach that is helping to prepare you for the pitch.
Yes, I have.
Have you met with her yet?
I meet with her today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
After I get done with you, her name is Miss Anna.
Yes, Miss Anna Stump.
Yes. Stump, yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
That's her.
Okay. Well, we're so excited to have you a part of this.
I'm excited, but this is my very first time doing something like this, and it's crazy because this is one of the things on my bucket list. I always been putting this off, like I'm gonna do a pitch. I want to learn how to do a pitch, and for me to get chosen, it was like, huh? I was like Scooby Doo. So God's been good. I got to give him his praise. But,
yes, he is.
Yes, he is. And he just falls in place. And when all the dots fall in place, he does it 7 times 4.
Yep.
And when you're doing it with the right mission, with the right heart, it falls in place. You don't have to do it. It's not hard. Yeah. And I'm just having a ball. I'm this ride. It's like a ride. I'm just like on a roller coaster, and I'm taking and I'm finding out with business. Your bank account is not always going to be in the black, and it's not always going to be in the red. And you're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. But like I was telling Emily, without my coaching, you're like a psychiatrist, for a business person, because you've been where I'm at. And when I express myself, there's no dummy feeling, there's no down talking, and when it's all over and said and done, then we pray about it, and you can't like I said, you can't go wrong with that. And not only I want to say thank you because it's for helping me, but just thank you with the godly part, because that's very important to me, and that's always been missing when I get help with people, because I like that godly. I love that godly part. I don't like it. I love that godly part about you. It makes me feel safe, to be comfortable to say, I don't know how to do this. Because when you work with somebody and they're an expert at something and you're not, if they don't make you feel comfortable, then you're not going to ask the question that you need the most. And you makes me feel so comfortable that I yeah. You're one of the greats.
It's been a joy to work with you, and I'm excited for you. And that spiritual side is so important, because if we don't really understand the real purpose behind what we're doing and give back and understand the goodness of God, we get sideways with success or with things. But business can be a beautiful blessing to the world, if we just get it right.
If you just get it right and do it for the right reasons. And like I was telling a young lady there, I said, believe it or not, you can get caught up with the pallet because it's so scalable. And I was telling about how I got, because I was thinking like, okay, if I get this over here, and that's where the greed and trying to help too much, too quick, too fast. And you have to take it one day at a time, and you have to, I have to remind myself, I only got one truck. I only got one truck for a reason. I only can fill up one truck at a time. There's no need for me to have 1 million skids over here if there's nothing to do with them. I only can do one truck at a time. It's good to have one, like two days ahead, but do I need 1 million skids? No, not right now. That's not what my calling for right now. I don't have the space or you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not my time for that right now, but when my time do come, it'll be there.
Yep. Awesome. Yep. Thanks for coming in and taking a few minutes with us, Glenda.
Thank you.
All right. Wishing you the best.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Flagship podcast, sponsored by Pinnacle Systems. Visit our YouTube channel for the full-length video podcast, or find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. New podcasts are posted every month, featuring local leaders from Central Indiana. For more content, follow us on social media at Flagship Enterprise Center. Until next time, thanks for listening.